Hello, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis I, Michael A. Grimm, aka the Multi-Voice. I have many voices, but one opinion. And, today... Sorry about that. But anyway, well, here it is, folks. The one you all been waiting for. I have reviewed all sorts of Marvel superheroes, but I never even tackled the one certain Marvel superhero that a lot of people always said that it was the worst movie have ever made. And the movie that I'm going to be reviewing for you today is none other than the 1986 movie Howard the Duck. And of course, Deadpool begged, pleaded, and cried for him to review it. So, take it away, Deadpool. Hello, your friendly neighborhood Deadpool here. And that is true. I begged and pleaded and cried to review Howard the Duck. And I am not going to ruin anything for you suckers. But speaking of Howard the Duck, come on, Howard. Come on, boy. Come on. Show up. I wish you stop calling me boy. I am not just some animal duck that you can treat as a pet. Oh, don't be such a sourpuss, will ya? Just review my movie and get on with it. Okay, jeez. I guess a big bowl of Prue will help turn that frown upside down. Shut up and review. Alright, jeez. Man, uptight little duck, isn't he? Well, for those of you who don't know, that Howard the Duck was actually based in a Marvel comic book and he first appeared in this comic called Adventures into Fear number 19 back in 1973. And Howard got really popular enough that they made his legacy continued on, which you can just easily buy the graphic novel of him that pretty much tells about his entire adventures throughout the Marvel Comics. And George Lucas, that's right, the George Lucas, decided to produce the movie for the guys who made the comics. So let's get to let's get to the movie, shall we? Now, in the movie, we have our comic book version of Howard the Duck, but what we have is the live action version of Howard the Duck. And the guy under the costume was played by Ed Gale, and voiced by Chip Zen. Chip Zen did a lot of voice acting, so therefore he did the voice of Howard the Duck throughout the whole movie. And how his story goes, he's from a parallel universe. Instead of apes being involved, it is the ducks had evolved into people. Gee, kind of makes me think of Walt Disney, Daffy Duck, and Donald Duck, and even Duckman. Whew, I love that Duckman. You know him. What the hell are you staring at? But anyway, all of a sudden he was sitting down, just reminiscing in his home apartment, going through bills and mail, until all of a sudden a big earthquake came up, and it picked him and his sofa all the way up into outer space. And it was the first time you ever saw a female duck showing her boobs in the tub. Yeah, that was a shocker right there. Who'd have thought that it was okay to show a topless female duck in the tub? You know, for kids. But anyway, his couch took him all the way to outer space, and he landed on Earth. And of course, in the comic books, he has a love interest in the comics, which is pretty much the same character as in the movie. Beverly Switzler. In the comics, that's what she looks like. Except in this movie, she's played by the ever so lovely from Back to the Future, Lee Thompson. And in this story, she is a member of a female rock band, and their band is called Cherry Bomb. Hello, Daddy. Hello, Mom. Cherry Bomb! Yeah! Boy, I love classic 80s rock stuff. Kids love that stuff. But anyway, all of a sudden she becomes the love interest throughout the whole story. I'm going to get further on that one sooner or later. But anyway, she took him into a science lab and meets a certain scientist, goes by the name of Phil Blumberton, played by Tim Robbins. You know, the big mouth liberal Tim Robbins. And Howard gets really pissed off on the way Phil's been acting towards him. I mean, if he was a scientist, he would have been more professional instead of acting like a doofus, you know? I mean, asking him if he has a mind-reading ability or laser visions or all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's a duck, not Superman. Jeez. But anyway, he all of a sudden decided to found Beverly, and of course meets her band group. Yeah, her band friends are played by Dominique Devlis, Holly Robinson, Pete, and Liz Segal. That's right. One of the Segal sisters. And of course, Howard decided to deal with her agent, named Ginger Miss, played by Tommy Swaller. He was cheating her out of her money, so now Howard decided to help her and her band out by getting them out of their contract and giving them the pay that they deserve. But of course, they made fun of him and tossed him out of the bar. But you don't want to miss Howard the Duck, because that ducky means business. I mean, if you piss off Howard the Duck, bring it, mother ducker! I bet those goons feel like, help! I've been getting my ass kicked by poultry! Oh! Ah, man. And then something. And here's a scene that everybody get all ugh, every time when they think about it. When Beverly and Howard starts getting all talkity, and also Howard getting all flirty, and of course seeing how hot she looks in that top and panties. Whew. But anyway, they're about ready to kiss, but they were blocked. Thank God. Hey, what? What are you talking about? Thank God. I'm sorry, Howard, but does the word bestiality mean anything to you? Oh, yeah. Jackass. Oh, Howard, always have something up his ass. But anyway, he meets 3 scientists that Phil contacted. He met Dr. Walter Jennings, played by Jeffrey Jones. Yeah, less we talk about Jeffrey Jones, the better, because I know why he didn't appear in the sequel of Beetlejuice. And also, he also have other friends, like Carton, played by Miles Chaplin. They both got into the lab, and then they found another scientist named Larry, played by David Paymer. And it turns out that that Dr. Jennings was messing with the machine, and they released something way worse. They were supposed to help Howard take him back to his home planet, but instead, they released something else. But all of a sudden, somebody called the cops, and we have our police officer named Lieutenant Welker, played by Paul Goffel. You know him from CSI Las Vegas, always playing Lieutenant Brass. You know, what is it with him playing cops character? I mean, wow. I mean, he has a habit of playing cops more than anything. Well, except that time when he did Star Trek. And he kind of looked a little bit like Sylvester McCoy with that top hat of his. I mean, that bowler hat he wore on Star Trek. But anyway, they found Dr. Jennings, and it turns out that he is possessed by the Dark Overlord. Now, for those of you who never done any research about Dark Overlords from other galaxies, but he was possessed by none other than Thog. And that's what Thog looks like in the comics. Yeah, he looks like a guy who's wearing a red suit. But I think the movie version of him looks a lot better. I mean, look at that one. Whew. That's where nightmares come from, right? Whew. So anyway, Howard and Phil try to escape the cops while the evil possessed Dr. Jennings kidnap Beverly, and even trying to use the machine to get all of his army of Dark Overlords to rule Earth. But of course, Howard put a stop to him, and of course, as usual, Howard saved the day and destroyed the machine, so he'll never go back to his home duck world, and he is stuck in our world. Dang. Sorry to hear that, Howard. Well, I made the best of that world, you know. I mean, it's not often that a duck like me becomes a private investigator and also a manager for Beverly. You know, I've been more of a jack of all trades, you know. Yeah, it's true. And of course, the movie itself, is it any good? Yeah, no. I mean, it's okay, but, I mean, despite of other Marvel movies that came out that bombed at the box office because of the woke shit, it makes the Howard the Duck movie seem decent, you know? I'm just surprised it's not available on Disney Plus. But at least they put Howard back in Guardians of the Galaxy, voiced by none other than Seth Green, which Howard the Duck made a lot of appearance in the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, and also one brief appearance on Avengers Endgame. That means him and the group of other Ravagers and other space heroes kicked Thanos' ass. Man, I wish I was there. Ha! But anyway, oh yeah, what? Do I have to mention it? I mean, come on, remember? Oh yeah. If any of you didn't know, in Marvel's What If, he ended up married to another human girl. And who is it? Darcy Lewis. Played by Kate Dennings. Can I go now? Yeah, go waddle somewhere else. But yeah, Kate Dennings, the ever so adorably beautiful and buxom. Whew! She always gets my attention every time I see her in Broke Girls. But not as much as I see Blake Lively on Gossip Girl. I mean, I see her and I'm like, 10 hut! Anyway, this is my review for the day, so take it away, Multi-Voice! Yeah, thank you, Deadpool. Well, that is the deal. This will be his last time he ever going to show up in my review. So, if any of you like my review of Howard the Duck so far, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more reviews. I'll probably have some more that's not Marvel related. Probably review some other stuff, because there are some other things I'm dying to review, and I'm going to let you guys know about it. So, I'm the Multi-Voice Reviewer. I remember so I can jog a memory. And goodbye. Hey, I decided to do a little quick thing. One thing that still bothers me. Why is Howard the Duck teaming up with Gwenpool? I mean, I don't get it. Because she's not as annoying as you.